and welcome to C. Jack Run Network presents Visionary Minds, Inspirational Men of Color in Syracuse. I'm one of your hosts, Tammy, Reese. I have my co-host, Eileen Forrest, here with me today. We're representing Visionary Minds. First, we did our women inspirational show, and now it's time for the men. It is so many business owners and community leaders and artists in Syracuse that's African American and doing their thing. And I want to interview my co-host, Eileen Forrest, today because he's such a visionary himself, and I'm honored to have him as my co-host. So, tell us about the visionary work that you do.
The visionary work that I do is self-help and self-development, as well as writing spiritual articles. My vision is to help heal our communities, and thus that will help heal humanity as a whole.
That's awesome. Yes. And the reason why I wanted you to be my co-host, because I see the blogs and the posts that you do that are so intellectual. What inspired you to be that voice and speak up for people who are scared?
It comes from my understanding from the human experience that we all go through trials and tribulations. So what inspires me actually is people's pains and sorrows. So because I have gone through my own, and when you come and rise out of your own pain and sorrows, you have the keys to help other people to move forward through their own.
Oh wow, you just worded that excellently. What advice would you have for anyone who is scared to publicly speak about opinions and community issues or current events, or even blog about it? What advice would you have for men to speak up?
I would tell them to make sure that they get a hold of their community elders, because they'll be able to help them, and they already have their foot in that kind of work. So if they can use them as a megaphone, they're able to bring in other audiences to help funnel their project.
Wow, you're so respectable, so intelligent. I just love your vibe and aura, and you're so positive. And thank you so much for being a part of Visionary Minds and being a inspirational visionary. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hello Terry, thank you for coming to the show, to the Inspirational Men of Syracuse. How are you doing today?
Thank you, I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
I'm good, thanks for asking.
Awesome.
And I would like to ask you today, what is some of the visionary work that you do?
I am what you call a fashion stylist, but I branded myself as a personal fashion stylist. And a little bit of why I did that is because when people hear the word fashion stylist, they think of something that's unobtainable, something that's maybe too expensive. So I decided to brand it in my way of, making it personal to them, something that's easily obtainable and is right here in the city for everyone to, to have a piece of. So.
Awesome, and that explains as to why you came to the show Fashionable.
Thank you, I tried.
And what inspired you to come to work in this field?
Well, I've had a lot of inspiration to lead me to the point of deciding to be a fashion stylist, but most of it stemmed from being bullied, as a child, being picked on, called names, being told no, and then just also seeing, the things that could have been or could be, and that's what gave me inspiration to, push forward and really be what I wanted to be.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely sounds like you have been through some trials and tribulations yourself to get where you are today.
Definitely have, yeah.
Also, what kind of work that you are currently doing now?
Right now, I am actually working on a brand launch for my company. I started my company a little over a year ago, and I've had some issues with starting, but I've gotten to the point where I'm really confident in what I have and what I've learned and what I've researched, and what I've obtained from those studies. And then from the people, that I've mixed myself with. So I've gotten to the point where I think I'm ready to finally, do that launch and put myself out there in the market for people to utilize the services that I offer, so.
I definitely feel you on that. I totally can feel your energy, your vibe.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, that's good.
Also, prior to the current work that you have done now, I also heard that you had previous work with LSK. I would like for you to talk about some of your greatest highlights.
Yeah, I have worked with LSK, LS and Kisa, and I actually was a model in their first international fashion show here, which was extremely huge. It was phenomenal. I got to have a wonderful experience, not only modeling, but meeting some designers from all over the world, all over the country, models, and it was awesome. LS and Kisa, their vibe, their chemistry, their inspiration to me, to many others, and it was awesome working for them. So.
Definitely, I love those girls too. They're helping a lot of people in the community to achieve their dreams.
Definitely.
So big shout out to them.
Oh yeah.
Also, what advice would you give to the community?
Some advice I would give to the community. First of all, I would say love one another. And then secondly, I would say treat others how you want to be treated. And I say that because if you first love yourself, then you are gonna treat others how you would want to be treated. So.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that as well, because love helps heal others as well.
Yeah, and God as well.
Yes, so.
Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Thank you, and we'll be right back.
And we are back, and right now we have C-Jack, who is the co-producer of the TV show, as well as Michelle DiBernardo. C-Jack, please tell our viewers about the visionary work that you do.
Well, great. Well, first of all, I'm glad to be on the show. I'm really excited about, all of the men of color that you're featuring, and of course the collaboration. As far as the visionary work that I do, over the years I've been blessed to be able to be in the industry on different levels. In particular on the music side, I've done and still do music for Viacom, MTV,
Yes.
and I've done some independent film. And I'm trying to get into acting, but I'm a little bit nervous about that.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
But what I do to give back to the community is I offer a platform for the community, students. I often do a lot of internships through my network, CJ1 Network, which consists of 5 TV shows, one of which you're being featured on. And
Yes, C-Jack is letting me and
stuff.
Michelle feature our Visionary Minds TV show on his network, and we're just so grateful, so honored, and just so blessed for that opportunity. Tell our viewers, what inspired you to get into the industry?
Well, I wanted to, as a media person, I was a journalist for years down at the Post Standard, and always had my multimedia production going through CJAC Run on different levels, whether it was music, video, or what have you. And I always wanted, my main goal is to put positive images out on us as a people. Every time you turn around, you can see the negative news,
Absolutely.
not just the South Side, but all over
all
the
the
city.
time.
And it's always on the forefront, but when there's good news, you'll see a little corner in the paper, or it'll just get a mention at the end of the newscast. So as a media person, I want to make sure that I create a platform, and God allowed me to be able to create a platform where positive images would be at the forefront. And so that's one of the reasons why I created the CJ1 Network, just so that we can continue to put positive images out there. And it's been God blessed me to have it for 10 years, and hopefully 10 more and beyond. So.
And I think the collaboration with me, you and Michelle, is just, we think alike, and we're all visionaries, and believe as well that everyone should be featured in a positive light. Totally agree. So what advice do you have for anyone, black males in particular, who's scared to get into the industry of video production or music or journalism, any aspect that you do in the industry? What advice would you give them for encouragement to give them a boost and say, go ahead and do it?
Well, the one advice that I always share with my interns and just people in general is that realize that you are a unique person. You're the only person in the world, matter of fact, the only person in the universe like yourself. So because of that, you are not in competition with others. So you got to find what that passion is, what you can contribute to society, the world, or however you want to put it, and just go for it. And in doing so, you got to have faith in yourself, have faith in God, and realize that you're always going to have naysayers. That's part of the process. What you want to do is gravitate toward those who support you and keep moving. The other thing I want to say is if you put God first and look at yourself as a vessel, he can do all kinds of miraculous work through you. Stuff that you wouldn't even imagine could happen. This TV show, this network, started off with just one TV show that spawned from me and a young lady doing Christmas show, holiday shows at the center, the Justice Center, years ago.
And look where it is
And
now.
look
Five
where it is
TV
now.
shows.
5 TV shows,
That's
and we're just blessed to be able to
excellent.
continue to do it.
And Visionary Minds started as just a website wanting to feature artists, business owners, and community leaders. I never thought it would come to a TV show and showing inspirational women, and now showing inspirational men of color in Syracuse. It's absolutely amazing. And not only do we gear to inspire and uplift, but to collaborate. And I'm just so honored to collaborate with you, and thank you for being our co-producer, C-Jack.
Sure.
And thank you so much, everyone. Stay tuned. We'll be
Sure.
right back.
Thank you.
Hi, and we are back. And right with us today, we have Tyrone Tizak Jackson. Please tell our viewers about the visionary work that you do.
Okay, visionary work I do, well, the main thing I'm doing is a Syracuse miniseries project called I Got This. And we just premiered our second episode at the Palace Theater last Friday.
Yep.
Last Friday, and it was dope, man. It's just get better every time. It just gets better every time.
Big crowd.
Yeah.
Everyone loved it.
Yeah, well, it's a miniseries that we filming here within Syracuse. We started off in Charlotte and in Syracuse, but it's mainly based in Syracuse. You know, it's a movie about living your life as a hustler. You know what I mean? That's dealing with everyday reality in life, such as corruption, police corruption, hatred, envy, jealousy, love, loyalty, friendship. You know, everything that we deal with every day in life. You know, but we just bring it all to the screen and put it in your face of actual scenarios. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, it's not for everybody. I can honestly say that it is a violent movie. You know, it's off the hook, but
Yeah.
you know, just people gotta get in where they fit in. You know what I mean? But I don't want people to get it misconstrued of what I'm really doing here. Just because you see me doing this first movie and you know this vibe, I don't think that that's what I'm all about. Because my next one is a comedy called This Is Why I'm Single. And it's a comedy drama about relationship issues. You know, funny. You know
I'm
what I
looking
mean?
forward to that as well, but definitely I Got This is full of artistry, creativity from the directing, the editing, the script, the actors. They're real. They knew what they were doing to portray their characters. I was blessed to host the event twice with you and AJ, and I was so happy to see the letter that the film commissioner Eric Vino wrote to the cast and crew. I'm giving your franchise much due respect.
Yeah.
What inspired you to get into the industry?
Watching TV and just wanting to be that dude. You know, I always wanted to put smiles on people's faces. I always wanted to make people enjoy what I bring forth to them, such whether it's doing parties, whether it was making music, whether it was even doing movies. You know, I just want to see the people smile, and you know, I guess that's just the other side of my Gemini. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like, and also watching cribs and stuff. Everybody got these fancy houses. I want that too. I want it all.
Nothing wrong with that at all, you know,
Yeah.
having goals, definitely. I heard that you just got cast as a lead in a movie. Tell us about that.
the lead. Big shout out to John Kinsey for accepting me. Big shout out to LS for recommending me on a movie called 12 Days with God. Just auditioned and got the leading role.
Congratulations,
Leading role.
that's a big deal.
Leading role. As big shout out to Devin Sherman. Haven't met him yet, but stories based on him, true events, and it's a Christian movie, so it's kind of different for me, but gotta get in where I fit in.
New
be versatile.
and intriguing.
Absolutely.
Wow, I just can't wait to see the process of it. Hearing great things about it. Tell us about also you worked on Priest of Lost Son as JB
Yeah, I
with
played,
Jamal Willard.
Character JB was supposed to be Jamal Willard's, aka Notorious, right hand man in the movie. So with Clifton Powell and Robin Givens and a whole bunch of other Syracuse stars. So we're gonna call them stars because that's what we is right now. That's what we are. You know what I mean? But other than that, it was a new experience. It was different. We learned a lot. We got a lot out of it, and we made new connections. So it was well worth it.
Definitely well worth it. Big accomplishment for everyone involved. What advice do you have for men, black men in particular, in Syracuse, New York, who may be scared to get their voice out as a music artist or even put a movie out because they're scared of judgment, or be an actor, or any of the talents that you have? What advice do you have for the black men in our town specifically?
Don't be that past tense person. Don't be I should have, I would have, I could have, only if I knew then what I know now. Just got to go out there and do it, man. Not everybody gonna like you or what you do, but not everybody gonna hate it either. Worst thing somebody could do is say no, but you just gotta be like Nike and just do it, man. Go for it.
That's right, and a no gonna turn into a blessing as a yes for something else, and I'm so proud of you. Keep inspiring, keep uplifting, keep doing what your heart and your faith is leading you to. And thank you so much for being just a visionary man in Syracuse. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We got Ty Smith in the building. Please tell our viewers, I know you don't need no introduction in this, but
Sure
please tell our viewers about the visionary work that you do.
Some of everything, man. And it's like wearing too many hats at once, trying to do this and music and video and short stories and films and the TV series and 211 and Love Thy Father is some of the most recent things that I've done.
Yes, I was so honored to be a part of 211, especially Love Thy Father.
Yeah.
You know, you're giving a lot of people in the town their chance to shine and express their talent, you know, and a lot of people appreciate you.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it's about though, because like, you know, we could go out and get, well, like, you know, as you know, we have some paid actors just in the series, and I could have implemented all people that people knew, but my thing is I don't want to make nobody that's already got some money no more money. You know what I'm saying? I could build my own stable of actors and do how, you know, they did in Menace and how they did in Boys in the Hood and all of those brothers that was in those movies now. You never saw them before, but now they all stars in their own right. So I don't really want to make nobody no more millions that already have them. So
that's what's up. That's
my
real,
thing. Yeah.
and that's definitely visionary. A person with original ideas.
Right.
What inspired you to get into any aspect of this industry? Because you definitely a jack of all trades. What inspired you?
Filming came from me from music. I couldn't find nobody to shoot my music videos, so it was like, damn, okay, let me go buy the camera. And I went and bought the camera. Then I sat in front of my computer for like a year, and I learned how to use the camera, just YouTube school. And
So you're self-taught.
yeah, I did it myself. And you know, as I go to these meetings and we go to Showtime at HBO, and the first thing they ask me is, what institute did you go to? And I tell them I didn't go to college for this. I taught myself how to do it.
Thai school.
Yeah, so really, I call it YouTube school, because anything that these young brothers want to know is on YouTube. Like, you can go to college, but you know, going to college is excellent. It's something we should that the young kids should strive to do. But like right now, I'm gonna start in June a film course and a film class for young brothers to teach them how to do what I do. So by the time that they get these 13 and 14 years, by the time it's time for them to go to college, they'll already have made at the end of this month a short film. The course will last a month. They'll be made a short film. By the time it's time for them to go to college, they probably made 2-3 movies. So, you know, it's just about really just getting it and learning it and looking it up. I looked everything up on YouTube. It took me one winter to learn how to edit. I said, okay, I'm gonna sit in the house this whole winter. I'm not going out, and I'm gonna learn how to edit. I bought the camera. I learned how to edit. Bought the computer. Bought the software, and just taught myself how to do it. Trial and error. Like, you know, even the stuff we do now. When I watch Love Thy Father, it's things that I see that I say I should have did it a different way. I could have did this or I could have did that. So, you know, it's all trial and error.
Yeah, we're always our biggest critic. Was definitely getting a lot of feedback. And you're definitely
like 8,000, 10,000 views.
Oh my gosh, yes. And you know, you're such a good mentor for so many people, especially for me, learning about being professional and, you know, being focused on what you're doing, taking your time, and that nothing is supposed to be rushed, and it just comes out creative and the way you want it, even with the learning experience, you know, take your time. So I appreciate that. You're definitely a great mentor.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, gosh, yes. I'm just honored to know you. What advice do you have for people, especially black men in the Syracuse community and beyond, to go out and, you know, reach out to these celebrities to network, to give upcoming artists their opportunities to write or do music, any of the many talents and skills that you have? What advice do you have them for encouragement?
You gotta first of all, you gotta move, you gotta get out of your own comfort zone. And, you know, don't make, even if you make music, if you act, if whatever you do, first of all, like you said, you have to network. Networking is the biggest thing. Dame Dash told me a long time ago in the studio, he said, yo, Taj, I used to be mad at Cam and them because I'm like, yo, why you don't do this for me and do this and that? And they're like, yo, you never around. So this Dame told me one day, he said, yo, this game is about being in the right place at the right time. And nobody knows what you do or what you have done until you tell them what you did. So open your mouth and be in the right, you know, you got to be where you're supposed to be when you should be in them places. So it's about moving around. It's about networking. It's about meeting new people. And ultimately, I think it's really about being humble, because you have to be able to deal with all people, all walks of life, and, you know, not think that you're better, and, you know, just being arrogant. And it's a lot of people that will be a lot further in life if they would just humble themselves.
Definitely, you always learn.
Yeah.
You always keep learning.
Yeah.
Well, wow, you're definitely a humble person, an inspirational man. You definitely set the mark and the pave and the bar for everyone in this town, without a doubt. It's undeniable. You are doing your thing, and I'm just so honored to have you on the show, Taj.
What about you?
So
You know.
Oh my God.
Listen, let me just say this. Every time I show somebody the clips from 211, especially 211, the audience never saw 211. But when I show them the clips of the mother, the roles that you played for that mother, it's like, they always ask me about you. They ask me about you. Where did you get your actors? Or where are they from? What do they do? So, yeah, like you doing a beautiful job. Like, for real, you really, really, really doing a good job. Everything that you do on that screen is like, it's magic. It's you know, it's being portrayed, and you doing it with excellence. You taking your time, and you really, you know, you're really doing it the right way, and people recognize that. Like I told you, the people called me from Steve Harvey's show. That's why the views is going up so rapidly, because one of his interns saw it. So they've been showing it, and they've been placing it on other short stories, short blog sites where they just specialize in short films. So you got to give yourself a pat on the back. Like, everybody is really doing a good job. So it's only my vision, but as you know, like when we on set, I give everybody a chance to be the director. I listen to everybody. I let everybody, oh, you want to say it that way? This is just an outline. The script is an outline. You have to embody the script, and you have to make it work. And you guys did that on the camera. So, you know, it's a collaborative effort. It's for everybody.
Well, just know that Taj is serious about what he does. You know,
Right.
you can reach out to him if you're serious about what you do and talk about how y'all can network, because he's definitely doing his thing and he's just going to take Syracuse beyond to so many more levels. Thank you so much for being on our show,
thank
Taj.
you. I
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
so much.
Appreciate it.
Oh, yes. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I mean, I know it's been a while since we've seen each other. Please believe that out of sight is not out of mind in my situation, though. I think about you more than you know. Yeah, and I know I'm busy and sometimes I don't show it, but maybe just to explain. It started off harmless, it always do though. Now I can't think about nothing but you, yo. But you so far, it's so much distance, but I won't let a few miles stop my persistence. Baby girl, for instance, this what I'll commit to. Call you once a night just to tell you that I miss you. I can't wait to kiss you, hug you, love you again. One day we gon' be more than just friends. If you are willing to stretch, I am willing to bend. If I haven't said it lately, let me tell you again. I love you, I need you, I hope you concur. My exterior's rough, but I'm soft as a fur. All these women around me believe they are blood. Love at first sight, yeah, I believe that we were. I remember telling Rama all I needed was her. If I ever been in love, I believe it was her. Got my mind made up, I don't want nobody else. When I'm with you, swear to God, I don't see nobody else. Now my popularity growing, it's born by myself, but it's you I wanna share with, I don't want nobody else. Yeah, I wanna break bread with you, go to bed with you, Saint Tropez, sip pink rosé. When I get her, I'ma never let her go. Move you where it's always sunny, you will never see the snow. For you the answer's yes, I'ma never tell you no. The limit is the sky, where the hell you wanna go? Where? I'ma make it so you never wanna leave me. Yes, I'm interested, but you intrigue me. And I ain't never had a woman like that. When we on the phone and hang up, I'll be calling right back. I love her personality, she always talk smack. I ain't usually with the drama, but I let her talk back. I let her think in her mind, one day she can tame me. I know that I be right, but I gon' let her blame me. See, that's what love do. You be surprised what a kiss and a hug do. Mwah, I love you, and I know you love me back, you ain't gotta say. Matter of fact, we don't see each other every day, but I know it's in the air, I can feel that. And when I do see you, I'ma kill that. Yeah, you know how I goes in. Hypothermia, I leave her frozen. Legs shaking, heart racing. I'ma hit it one more time, be patient. Be patient, be patient. I'ma hit it one more time, be patient. Yeah, but this is not about sex with her. I'm content with a kiss on my neck from her. Come on. Love make you value little things and make your eyes see things they ain't never seen. Yeah, I was blind, I can see now, and we gon' be together till
What are you talking about? I don't even stress you out. I don't even call you half of the time.
I'm not gonna be able to make it.
And when I do, you never ask for your phone.
Man, listen, man. I'll be here Friday. Be patient, lesson 1. Be loving, lesson 2. Be truthful, lesson 3. And I give it all to you. Yeah, you get it all, baby. Like Katrina tear up the mall, baby. Not just one bag, you get them all, baby. Every color, every shape, all sizes. We can close our eyes and let Allah guide us. You got my heart, I just wanted to tell you that. A dream that I can't make happen, I never say you that. Too much respect for you, I adore you. I know when I'm on the road, you think I ignore you. So this here's my last will and testament. See, with you, I feel like I'm blessed again. Do you feel the same way? I hope so. Matter of fact, I take it back, I know so. Ain't no more being selfish, that's a no-no. It ain't about just me, we gon' both go. Yeah. It ain't about just me, we gon' both go.
Welcome, Simu, to Inspirational Men of Syracuse.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Blessed to be here. So,
Totally is a blessing to have you on our show. And today I would like to ask you about what is the kind of visionary work that you have done.
some of the stuff that I've done. Well, I'm an actor. I'm an entertainer. I like to say I'm an entertainer because I'm an actor. I'm a rapper, a videographer, a writer. I've written some screenplays. So I did I wrote a screenplay for some high school students at ITC a couple years ago. That was basically based off of the entertainers here in Syracuse. That got a good response. I was one of the lead roles in Dreamgirls, and that was here at the Red House Theater, as well as one of the lead roles in The Color Purple. And that story alone, that did something for me as a person. I mean, I'm also an educator. So I'm out here trying to make sure these young ones are doing the right thing. Myself and Team Angel started up what is it basically for? So we have brush cuts for behavior. So we was coming through the schools, and if the kids was behaving in the classrooms correctly, well, we was hooking them up. I had L Does and Nick, a couple of different barbers come out and really just show the kids, like, we still here to support you. If you're doing right in the classroom, we're gonna get you fresh. For the ladies, it was actually, the name of it was Barbers and Beauticians for Behavior. So we had the beauticians come out for the ladies. They could get their nails done, get their, the manicure, they, what I mean? Their wig fixed up, things like that. Marisha had came out, big shout out to her. Ebony, right, big shout out to her. Team Major, their whole crew. A few things, and then of course you got the music. Just released a project with Love, the mixtape that was out in November. Now we gearing up to release the new EP called God Family Music.
God Family Music, and I heard you state that on one of your previous videos with your daughter. He was explaining to another person in a music video about your family structure.
Yeah, like I honestly believe. The EP is called God Family Music, but it could have been called Faith Family Music. I honestly believe if you have your God first, your family second, and whatever you are passionate about third, then you'll have success. So, for me, it's music. So mine was God Family Music. It might be God Family Photo. It might be God Family Hosting. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever it is, but if you got
successful,
that structure right there, you'll have success. Now, I'm not saying you'll be, a quadruple billionaire, unless that's what you find success as. You know what I mean? There's always what you can define it as, but you will have success if you structure yourself like that.
Awesome, excellent. So, also, what inspired you to be an artist?
Now that's a tough one. I mean, honestly, it would have to be my mother. I mean, she's a teacher, but as well, I mean, to be a good teacher, you need to be an entertainer, because there's no way the kids are gonna,
Educate themselves.
they're not gonna want to watch you, like, for nothing that you're talking about if you're not entertaining. But I would have to say my mother. Just growing up, it was just me and her, and if it wasn't, by the time I got to college, my cousin Hodge, he's a big artist right now in Columbus, or not Columbus, just Ohio, period. And he had called me up, like, right at that time where you trying to pick out what you want to do with the rest of your life, he called me up like, yo, cuz, let's be rappers. I mean, you get to pick when you want to work, and it's good money. So I was like, you know what, let's be rappers then. So I flew out, got into a big studio for the first time. We was in Ohio, and I can honestly say my bars was whack. Like, the song that we did was terrible, but it was my voice. Like, when I heard my voice, I was like, all right, maybe I'm actually on to something. So, some odd years later, I'm still here.
Alright, so your successes is what got you here today. Your trials and your tribulations as well.
Oh yeah, most definitely. The trials and the tribulations for me, that's what kept me going. Like, to prove to a person when they say, oh no, you too short, you can't play ball. Well, I ended up starting for Henniger, then I went to play basketball at Nicholls State, started there. Like, you know what I mean? When you say, oh no, you too small, or you too this or you can't do that because such and such. I'm the type of individual that will prove you wrong, like, and then won't even say told you so. I'm just gonna prove you wrong, and like that's it, like haha. You know what I mean?
And also, what projects are you currently working on?
So right now, like we had a good showing with the With Love mixtape. Right now, it's the God Family Music, the EP. It'll be the first project that I truly own. Like I went out and I worked with all the producers, so now I own the whole project. The project will have a video, because I'm a videographer. I didn't shoot every video myself, but you reach out to certain people. Silver Globe. Shout out to J for Films. They did some work. Doolittle did some work. But then I was able to, since I am a videographer, able to make sure that the rest of the EP, the project, has visual, visual appeal for it. I'm just very, very excited. It drops on July 17th, 2017. I actually just released a visual for it. The first single is called Forever and a Day, which is honestly just a show. We went out to Africa, my wife and I, for the honeymoon, not the honeymoon, but for our anniversary, and I just wanted to show Africa what we don't get to see. You know what I mean? What they don't show you. Like, they show us the huts and they show us the, somebody getting ate by some animal. But you know what I mean? They don't show us the pretty part. So like I wanted to just show like just life, just general life.
And I've seen that you incorporate that in your music video, and I got to see the pyramids myself through the music video.
Alright, that's what's up.
Pretty view.
Man, they're amazing. Man, they're so big. Like, and I was talking to our tour guide there, and it was just like, she was like, people don't think that we did this, but we had different systems to get the blocks, because one block was like bigger than me, and it was 1,500 tons or 1,500 pounds, whatever. But it's bigger than me, and it's like we had systems where we put the blocks, and like she was describing it, and how I interpreted it as like a rolling system, where the blocks would just be rolled. Now I don't know how they got stacked, but the way she explained how the blocks got to the site was like, all right, I could definitely see that happening. So, just engineering, just to see it. If you get a chance, go to Africa.
Yes.
Like, go
back to the motherland.
Yeah.
And what kind of advice would you give to young black men here in Syracuse or anywhere?
Man, if you have a passion, then do that passion. And it's gonna be a point in time where you need to be around people that have that same passion. So if that means, your homie that you've been friends with since the 3rd grade, if all he wanna do is trap, and you wanna go, all you wanna do is country music, then you're gonna have to go find out and hang around with people that wanna do country music. That's just what it is. That's not saying that you and your man can't be cool, y'all can't be friends, but you need to be around people that's trying to do the same things that you're doing. And don't stop. What was that? I'm sorry.
Like like-minded individuals.
Yeah, the like-minded. Shout out to Dari. Like the like-minded. You need to be, around those type of individuals, and you also don't stop. Just don't stop. Don't ever stop. Like even when if you doubt yourself, don't stop. I remember once I heard they said what was the saying goes, like if I couldn't get a record deal, what was gonna happen? It was like, well, I'm gonna just build my own band. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't need the validation. Like, I'm doing this for me.
Right.
I'm not really doing this. You know what I mean? I'm not really doing this for anybody else. I'm doing this for me. So.
All right, it was a pleasure of having you here, C News. Thanks for coming through.
Thanks
and
for
we'll
having
be
me.
right back with you guys.
forever, how does that sound? I wrote you my love, this love letter, always holding me down. Want you forever and a day, forever and a day. You and me, we go good together, girl, be the queen of my crown. If I could, this love, it would last forever, for always holding you down. I hope you my love, and we stay together, forever, how does that sound? Want you forever and a day, I appreciate you, forever and a day. It done been a long day, we done came a long way. Tell me how you feel, babe, know I'm all ears. I'ma massage your feet, listen to you speak about your work week, girl. Know I'm all yours, this is what I had prayed to the Lord for. I'ma sit back for the time and enjoy watching your shows, rubbing your toes. No telephone while we chillin' at home. Waiting for call, I was folding up clothes. But I suppose there's a reason I chose you to be queen next to king on the throne. More than the sex, I be loving her dome. Jimmy Behan said I'm stuck in my zone. Cause of you, girl, now my house is a home. She my brandy on the swing but no clone. She just wanna be down like the poem, man. We go good together, girl, ain't no changing that now. If I could, this love, it would last forever, forever, how does that sound? I wrote you my love, this love letter, always holding me down. Want you forever and a day, forever and a day. You and me, we go good together, girl, be the queen of my crown. If I could, this love, it would last forever, for always holding you down. I hope you my love and we stay together, forever, how does that sound? Want you forever and a day, forever and a day. Said one day past forever, all I want, make it last forever, that's not a front. We go hand in hand, just like LeBron James and Lynn, or better yet, like an architect and plan. Matter of fact, like the color pink and can. If you Harlem, then I'm the Renaissance. In a sense, we like the pyramids. Period, loving you like I'm supposed to be, girl. Chasing our dreams while we running the world. Just me and you, so you loving the crew. We go together like diamonds and pearls. No, we the shit like we went number 2. Travel the world, baby, just me and you. After Cairo, then we fly to Rabat. That's in Morocco, my lover, who knew? You and me, we go good together, girl, ain't no changing that now. If I could, this love, it would last forever, forever, how does that sound? I wrote you my love, this love letter, always holding me down. Want you forever and a day, forever and a day. You and me, we go good together, girl, be the queen of my crown. If I could, this love, it would last forever, for always holding you down. I hope you my love and we stay together, forever, how does that sound? Want you forever and a day, forever and a day. You and me, we go good together, girl, ain't no changing that now. If I could, this love, it would last forever, forever, how does that sound? I wrote you my love, this love letter, always holding me down. Want you forever and a day, forever and a day. You and me, we go good together, girl, be the queen of my crown. If I could, this love, it would last forever, for always holding you down. I hope you my love and we stay together, forever, how does that sound? Want you forever and a day, forever and a day.
Today we have here Mafioso, CEO of Focus on Greatness. How are you doing today?
Doing good, man. I'm doing great.
What a pleasure to have you here today.
I'm glad that you got me here.
Awesome. And can you tell us about your visionary work that you do here in the community?
Well, I'm a underground independent artist / CEO. I'm also a videographer. I do videos as well. Helping doing a few little indie films, getting my feet wet. But basically, that's what I'm into.
Awesome. Sounds like that you have a great future ahead of yourself.
Yeah, trying to.
Also, what inspired you to do this kind of work, or being a music artist?
What inspired me, my situation is a little different than most people. My father actually was like a DJ, so I just grew up around hip hop. I had an older female cousin that, God bless the dead, she passed away. But she actually was a rapper. So when I was young, like 5 years old, like she used to threaten to beat me up if I didn't rap with her. So it's just, I've been rapping for a real long time. So that was my inspiration. I just was surrounded by it.
Okay, sounds like you were surrounded by some positive influences.
Yeah.
All right. Also, what projects are you currently working on?
Right now, I'm actually helping direct a couple different little indie projects as far as like films, videos. My own personal thing that I'm working on right now, the following up to my mixtape that I actually dropped maybe about 2 years ago. I'm working on the second installment of that. So that's basically it right now. Just music, trying to load up. Since it's like a demand, I wasn't expecting a response from the first one like I got, but now it's like it's really time to do it. Like
It's your time.
yeah, it's time to make this the job, not a hobby. So I'm working on that project right now.
And I did see you got awesome feedback on your first mixtape, so.
Yeah, I got a big response, which kind of, I mean, you believe in yourself, you're confident, but you don't want to ever overthink like yeah, they just gonna love what I got going on.
Right,
So
right.
it was just kind of shocking to see the response happen as big as it did and as far as it went. But basically, yeah, in the city, outside the city, it was like an internet campaign that took over the Facebook timeline for probably about 2 months. Just the people just responding to it and
That's
sharing
pretty
it.
epic.
Yeah, it was never done before, and I've kind of inspired a trend. Now every artist that drop a record in Syracuse basically kind of used the marketing campaign that I used. So, I mean, that right there says that I'm going in the right direction. I did something right once. Yeah. So that was definitely motivating in a sense.
And also, can you tell me one of your major highlights? I know that you previously won the Sammy's Awards.
Yeah, I won the 2016 Best Hip Hop Award. Even with that, that was a shock due to the lineup. I was nominated in 2014 for an album I dropped. I actually lost to Tall Bucks. Shout out to my man Tall Bucks. But I came back 2 years later, and that lineup was actually tougher in my opinion. I thought I had way more competition, and I still won. So it was just like, yeah, it was just good signs. But that was definitely, that just let me know I'm not crazy.
Right.
Like,
That's a huge
yeah.
eye opener for
Right.
yourself,
It was.
right?
These people don't owe me nothing. It's not like they just base it off the music, as well as the lineup again was crazy. Every artist that's in the lineup right now is doing a lot in their career, but to be above them in the eyes of these people, that was big for me.
That's pivotal.
Right. So I'm trying to upgrade it from the Sammys to the Grammys, hopefully. So that's the mission right now. Just keep working.
And it's definitely good that you're here because you're an inspirational person as well. Because I see your social media comments and how you're engaged with your audience.
Right.
You pretty educate them on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I started doing this this great morning thing like every morning, Monday through Friday. Just a post to help motivate people, challenge people, enlighten people. I feel like the timeline can be consumed with a bunch of regular talk, maybe some negative talk, useless information. But there's people out there such as myself who's going through things, trying to make something happen. You might not have nobody that believes in you or supporting you. So coming across this word in the morning might just be what you need to hear to kind of get you going, because I know I need it. And the funny thing about it is I started doing it for myself. Like, sometimes we get a best advice, but we can't take our own. So it's like if I write it out for y'all, but then I read it, it comes back around. So it just worked out that way, and it caught on. Like a couple mornings I didn't do a great morning. I took a vacation. Like I ain't getting up early in the morning typing nothing up. And it was like I started getting inboxes like, yo, what's going on? You ain't doing great mornings no more. So it's just like, but that right there, and that's something else I don't know, I might kinda work on. I got a few people talking about doing a podcast or doing speaking in front of groups. I don't necessarily see that. But then again, I've been hearing it so much. I'm like, well, maybe I need to step out of myself and look at other people looking at me. Because I'm looking at myself like just a regular person. It's just what I do, nothing special. But how can I say that to someone else that looks forward to it or see me more as? So,
definitely, because you never know who's looking.
Yeah, you never know.
For me,
I mean, I'm here, so obviously, it's somebody's looking, somebody's paying attention.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. And also, What kind of advice would you give to young black men in our community?
The advice that I would give to young black men, especially the young brothers that's out here in the streets, because I come from that background. I just was fortunate enough to be smart enough to think for myself and realize that it was short-lived. It's not looking at the older dudes before me. I would say find something to do with yourself that can help get you where you're trying to go in life. I mean, a lot of people are dealt bad hands, Being a kid, you have no control over your parents, the economic situation that you were born into. But even if you're dealt a bad situation, that's not the life that you just have to accept, that you have to deal with. So whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you like, don't be ashamed of it. If you want to be an astronaut, don't lose that because you just want to look cool in front of your friends. If you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, an artist, if you draw cartoons and you want to release a comic book, whatever it is that you want to do with yourself, do it. And don't ever be ashamed of who you are. And that's one thing that I always did. I had my friends and I hung around certain peers that wasn't a good crowd, but we all grew up together, so these is the friends. But I never allowed myself to lose who I was in the crowd. So sometimes I listen to indie rock music. That's what I do. I don't want to listen to Gucci all the time. That's me. You ain't gotta like it, but that's what I do. So my advice for young brothers is just be true to yourself and don't accept the environment that you was given. This is not the end of the world. It's actually a world. You can actually go to Japan. You can actually go to Germany. You don't have to just be stuck here or stuck in the hood. So just don't. It's so much more that, oh my God. Just don't put a lid on your mind and your situation. That would be my greatest advice to any young brother out here.
I think that's positive information for them, and you're obviously filled with a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
So
made a lot of mistakes, so you learn from experience.
Life experience taught.
Right.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure of having you here.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll be right back with you guys.
Hi, and we are back, and we have the 4th District Counselor with us, Khalid Bey. Thank you so much for being on our show today.
Appreciate you having me.
Yes, please tell our viewers about the visionary work you do.
Well, I have a specific interest before government, and that is relative to empowering people. I don't think there's a greater benefit a person could experience than seeing someone else have that eureka moment, see someone else find their place in the scheme of things. Government, from my perspective, provides a platform for that. So I think it's the perfect platform for empowerment. And it gives you the opportunity and resources to do a lot of great things. So any effort that can be made to help people find their way, get out of their own way, things that draw my attention and that I enjoy doing.
Absolutely. What inspired you to get into government?
Quite simply, just kind of being aware of our circumstances and the African American Latino community in particular, the city as a whole, and really coming to the realization that sideline complaining and cheerleading meant nothing. Kind of said to myself, if I wanted to change my circumstance, or more appropriately, who better to change my circumstances than me?
Absolutely.
So I decided to get involved probably in 2005 politically. I was involved in the community probably since a teenager, but 2005 is when I really kind of dived into the political arena. Unsuccessfully in 2005, but successful in 2011.
And you write as well. What inspired you to get into that? Tell us more about that.
I wrote my first book by mistake. MC by trade, so the writing comes from hip hop, but I remember jotting down notes for some information I was researching, and then I thought to put it in an outline and structure it, and then when I realized it was kind of like a book, I said, let me try to sell it, and it sold.
Yes.
You know, never assumed that I would write another one after that. I've written 8 since then, so I've probably written 9 books, published 8.
That's amazing. So inspirational. Tell us about, what did you do for the community? And I know you do a lot, but for people who don't know, as this position in government, which is a huge deal and, very empowering, how have you seen yourself changing the community?
Well, I think the very first thing that I would consider valuable is re-educating, reacclimating people to the process. So many people are confused about what government is or what the responsibilities of people in government are. As a city councilor, our first responsibility is to legislate and write laws. Our second responsibility is to accept and approve the city and school district budget.
Yes.
That is the gist of our responsibility, but it is assumed that we do everything from create jobs to chase criminals down the street, and we do none of that. And in terms of things that I've done legislatively, the Fair Practice Law, commonly referred to as Bandit-Box, which is legislation that where the city removed the question of whether a person has been convicted of a felony or a crime from a job application, preventing would-be employers from discriminating because of seeing a check in the box for past criminal activity, and allows a person re-entering society access or an opportunity to at least make a first interview without being rejected with no contact. Second piece of legislation that I think was groundbreaking that I had written was the recent local hiring ordinance that requires anybody who does business with city government to have a 20% local hiring requirement. One of our greatest victories being the recent Syracuse Marriott downtown.
Yes.
300 people hired, 156 of which live right in the immediate surrounding area from the hotel, mostly south and west of the hotel. So that went a long way in terms of assuring that people got an opportunity to work. Lastly, in terms of groundbreaking, I wrote a disorderly property ordinance. It was an effort to disperse concentrations of negative activity, and it made the landlord responsible for behavior on their property. So whether you're talking about a house, drug house, gambling house, corner store that's out of control, corner store selling drug paraphernalia, you name it, the property owner was now responsible for behavior. So not only would the perpetrator potentially get in trouble, but the bigger thing to provide improved quality of life in neighborhoods is to kind of disperse, it doesn't always result in an arrest, but disperse concentrations of negative energy. If you got gunshots happening at one house, all you got to do is get the landlord's attention with a judge, and usually an eviction will take care of that, causing the people to move somewhere else. That neighborhood is now quiet. So that's been the proven benefit of that kind of legislation, providing safety in neighborhoods. Me, I'm a father of young kids. You shoot guns outside my house, we come to get you.
Right, absolutely.
So, it's that kind of thing, those are probably the 3 most monumental, game-changing, policy-changing pieces of
Very
legislation.
monumental, very valuable, and so needed. And you're definitely doing a great job, and definitely have, or you wouldn't have been elected twice. And that's a big deal. 3 times.
Going on forward.
The counselor just corrected me. Oh my gosh. And I know there's a upcoming election where people are going to be running, young people. I'm in my early 30s, around my age, who is inspired by what you have done and, want that position. What advice do you have for them or anyone, young or black men, who want to go into politics, who's scared to speak up and make change? Speak up to people in authority like you have. What advice do you have for them?
Well, let me say first, even though I know this is about men, I'm actually supporting a woman for my seat. But if I had to offer anything to anybody, the community service is important. And I'll quote Barack Obama before he became an Illinois state senator. The person who is involved in the community organizer is best fit to hold elected office. Now, I'm going to paraphrase or add to that. I think the value of that kind of person is they work without a paycheck. They work with no recognition, no cameras, no nothing. They make contributions and nobody knows about it.
Because they feel that they want
Well,
to do that.
well, they just do it because it's their neighborhood, right? And that's without politics. That's without any accolades, without any pats on the back. Those people are the same people who you know will work when they get in office because they work without an office. They work without a paycheck. You know, so I think those are the kind of people. When you talk about putting people in office, who you think will deliver. You got to be careful of the charlatans, those tap dancing people who are chasing labels, and I'm not afraid to call them out. You know, they chase labels and titles. They're more impressed with the title, and then they get elected, and the people are disappointed because they produce nothing. The whole logic behind voting is to vote for change, not to vote for the same thing. And we often vote in the superficial, and then we're often shocked that they don't produce. You know, but how do we take the time to really find out, you know, if it's a person that's active, doing things in the neighborhoods or around the city, whether it's involving children or reentry or, you know, just community organizing, mobilization, doesn't matter. Those kind of people, they work now with no intention. So imagine what they do if they had resources at their disposal.
And I definitely admire your freedom of speech. We need that in government. We need people to not be scared. We need those people to speak up, especially for, you know, our people, especially for the Black community. And that's not, you know, isolate anyone. That's real. And you're authentic. You're definitely authentic community leader and politician, and I appreciate that. And so many people do as well. So what's next for Kalipe?
Well, you know, even though most people assume I have an interest in a career in politics, they're wrong. If you know, if an opportunity presents itself and I think I can benefit the community by getting involved, then I'll do it. I'm not looking 10 years into the future, politically speaking. My greatest aspiration is writing and public speaking. So, you know, like I said, empowerment is it. You know, I got about two other books festering in my head that I'll eventually put to paper at some point. But you know, going around talking to people, intimate settings are the best when you have, you know, small crowds and you can really appeal to people. Do Q&A, just helping people find their way is most interesting. Politically, I'm running citywide right now. The election is in November. Nominations are next week for the Democrats. You know, it's believed that I'll fare well, but I don't take anything for granted. So we'll see what happens. But in that respect, politically, I'm excited about next year. If the people who I think are a benefit to the city get elected this year, you'll see turnaround in short order. The amount of things we can do in short order would be phenomenal. Oftentimes, when government moves slow, it's because you got too much gridlock. You eliminate the gridlock by putting the right formula of people in office, and you do that, including the mayor's seat, you'll change the city in a short amount of time.
Yeah, I heard it from the 4th District Councilor Kalipe. Nothing but realness. Thank you so much for coming on.
I appreciate
You're a visionary. You're inspirational. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We are back, and with us right now we have Howard and Nikes Backus. Gentlemen, please tell our viewers about the visionary work that you do.
So basically, we try to do everything that involves like talent and creating. So like me, ever since I was young, ever since I could remember, always did something that had to do with creating. From like drawing on pieces of paper in school to like creating projects in the backyard or anything else. It always led to like creating. So I just love creating stuff and showing off talent at the same time.
Excellent. How about you, Howard?
You know, like trying to bring people hidden talents out and, you know, show them they can be whoever they want to be. Also, it's therapeutic for people, some kids and stuff, and it keeps them, you know, occupied and, you know, doing something positive in their life, and you know, just keep striving to do what they want to do in life, you know.
What inspired you to get into the field, either as producing or writing, directing, acting, photography, all the many skills that you have combined? What inspired you?
When I was younger, I liked drawing. I was into music a lot too. Going to the studio. But I always wanted to know how was it to actually make a movie, you know, and I was into that kind of that idea. And me and like Keith actually got together when we was younger. We was talking about movies we wanted to make and stuff. And you know, it didn't never happen until we actually got a camera and stuff. But before then, we was like using our cell phones and going around and, you know, making little videos. But he actually got a camera, and then this is where we at now.
Yes. What inspired you in that, Keith?
Basically, I felt like I was in college, and I felt like college wasn't really like not down in school. I think school is always good, but for me, I feel like in college sometimes you can't be as creative as you want to because you got somebody telling you do this and do this a certain way. So I feel like with photography and doing movies, you could do it like it's just free. Like you get your mind get to be free and explore and stuff like that. And you don't have to take certain type of courses. And this chance I got to go online and just learn how to do everything. I didn't have to go to school for it. Self-taught, and I could just teach myself everything I want and be free at the same time.
That just moves me. People who are self-taught. You know, I went to college and learned a lot of my skills, but I do give utmost respect to people who did learn themselves, and you're very talented, and that's amazing. What projects have you worked on? I know you're talking about the movie, but explain a little more about the films you worked on.
So basically, with Shamrock and Howard and LSK and a bunch of other people I could list, we worked on Self-Made 1, and it's something that seemed like it was kind of far-fetched when we first started off, but I didn't realize that, like, yo, we actually did this until, like, we sat in the most and I see, like, a crowd of people and it was sold out. I'm like, yeah, this is what it is. I'm like, yo, this is the rest of my life right here. So after that, I worked in a movie about Tyrone Hines. He was a local guy from Syracuse and stuff like that who had a hard life. And I wanted to show his story because I know a lot of other kids can relate to that story, stuff like that. And once I did that, the rest was history. I got into photography. The only reason I got into photography was to promote my movie. So I bought an extra camera and I was gonna take pictures of models just to promote my movie. I never thought I'd be like a photographer. And then from that, everybody seen my work and was like, how much you charge? And I was like, I don't charge, I'm only doing this to promote my movie, and the rest is history. I became a photographer just from that.
And so many people in the town want to work with you, want you to take their pictures, want you to work on their movies, absolutely.
Yep.
What projects? I know you're working on the same stuff.
Basically, it's like, I mean, just working on the same stuff with Nine stuff. We did work on I worked with him and Sham together on the first movie, Self-Made 1. And like he's when he did the thing with Tyrone Hines. And the movie that we're working on now, so that's about it right now.
Yeah, so much more to come, you know, and Syracuse is definitely taking notice of you two and Sham and the positive things you're doing. You're definitely setting the bar for a lot of people to continue to live their dreams through the aspect of entertainment and being creative with your artistry. What advice would you give the African American male community to go out and do it, not caring what anyone says about them or thinks, who's scared to get behind the camera, who's scared to write, anything of the many skills y'all have? What advice would you give them to go ahead and do it?
What I would say is sky's the limit. Don't ever doubt yourself, because like, you know how people say all the time, you won't know until you try. Like if you don't try anything, you'll never know. Even if you fail, like you learn more in failure than you do in success. So I feel like even if you fail 100 times, just keep going. Like it's gonna be a point in time when you do succeed. You know what I mean? Don't look for the door to open right away, but eventually it will open. So just keep doing what you're doing and stay positive and humble.
As positive and humble. How about you?
Always keep a positive mindset. Surround yourself with positive people. You know, just keep striving and, you know, grind hard to do what you got to do what you want to do in life, and just stay focused.
Stay focused and stay around positive people. Everything you said advice-wise was right on point. I'm definitely proud of y'all. Visionary Minds is glad to have you both on today. Keep being inspirational, keep being visionary. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes, we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
you doing?
Hey,
What you doing here all alone?
I'm actually here with some of my friends. They're outside in the car waiting.
What? Where your man at?
Man, I'm an independent woman. I take care of myself financially and physically just fine.
Well, you know, every Beyonce need a J. Like that, I laugh at it.
So I take it you a baller, huh?
Well, you know, I'm a hard-working man. I do what I do to get by.
The things we do just to make it through. Ooh, but nobody wanna lose, nobody wanna fail, nobody wanna die. We're just trying to live our lives. Yeah. Look, I got.
Hi, and we are back. We have Eddie Mitchell Jr. here from Team Angel. Eddie, please tell our viewers about the visionary, inspirational work that you do.
I do a youth program and movement for kids, for youth. Reason why I do it, I've been shot myself, a gunshot victim. I lost a lot of friends to the streets, to the grave, that's in jail. So my thing is to give back. Like, I got an opportunity to be here. And I shot my leg, close to my artery, so I could have been dead too. So that's my vision, to really give back and push for kids. And God gave me a second chance to be here. So that's my whole reason of doing what I'm doing, helping kids out from school, playing basketball, my academics, and stuff like that.
And we're just so blessed to have you here, especially in Syracuse, New York. You've been working with kids for a long time, doing charity events and, you know, raising money and clothes and giving food to people, all type of things. And the kids, you're a big role model for them and adults as well. So what is Team Angel? Tell us about that.
It's something I created, reason being from being in school, having teachers tell you you wasn't going to be nothing when you grow up, watching your friends get killed, having friends go to jail for numerous years, just giving an opportunity to be here another day of life, like losing a lot of people in my life. And this is like, just to give back. Like, a lot of our friends didn't have what we got. As we was growing up, we had Pop Warner, we had Matador Skating Ring. These kids now don't have that. And a lot of my friends, they, you know, they're in jail and they left kids behind. So my thing is to help them, help the kids that's no longer here. I mean, that's here, but their parents not here, just to give them an opportunity, give them a voice, just to be there for them. Because like I said, I could have been gone too. I could have been in the grave. People visit me on my birthday, my death date. You know, come to the grave, visit me, but I'm here to be blessed to be here another day.
Yes, you are.
So my thing is just to give back. And I see a lot of people less unfortunate, like, you know, people who homeless, like kids you see in schools who don't have nothing. Their parents, they come to school with no haircuts, no food. Like, you see that every day. And that's just like, why would somebody do that? But you see people who go out in the club all the time. They partying all the time. So my thing, I'm like, how y'all partying but your kids look like that, or they can't read, or they can't read or write? So it's like, my thing is to be a vision for them, a voice for them, because God gave me the opportunity to be here again. Because like I said, I could have been gone. So my thing is just to make every day count, to be a legendary.
Yes. And what does Team Angel stand for? What does the Angel stand for?
Avoid negative garbage, enjoy life. The reason why I picked them out in college, when I first went to school, when I got shot in 2008, broke my foot in 2009. And then, you know, when I was training and going like back in school, it was my junior year, so I couldn't play my senior year in basketball. So my thing was like, I'm trying to fight to get back in school, write letters to the NCAA, get my credits right. But teachers telling me like I wasn't gonna be nothing. You know, they tell me, oh, you only here for basketball. So I put all that thing I've been in my life negatively growing up all my life and put it something positive. So I'm on a bus January 3rd, 2010, when I was going to school to play basketball. Well, I got a chance to play basketball again. So I went there, I'm on the bus going to school, and I'm like, I gotta create something for people who, this is my friend got killed, this is Rico just hit, everything was happening. So I'm like, everything I've been doing in my life, I want to put that into a second chance of life. So my thing was like, I want to create something. I created Team Angel, and I put everything that was negative into something positive. Because if you don't, you see now, you see everybody do stuff like off negative, like you see the fight, you see violence, you see drugs, and people thrive off that. So my thing is do something positive, like just to give people a voice, to give people a chance to motivate themselves to get up and do something.
What moves me is that you're young. Not only that you're a black male, you know, trying to give back to the community and be positive, that you're young. Not a lot of young men do what you do. And I noticed a lot of celebrities been taking note of your movement. What celebrities are aware of Team Angel?
Yo Gotti, Jadakiss, Styles, Remy Martin, Papoose, President Clinton.
Yes.
Who else? Dick Gregory, Tony Rock, Bones Bagante.
So many people. Clifton
Powell,
Powell.
Weebay. Dude that played, what's the other kid? That good dude that played in
211.
Yeah.
Hassan Johnson.
Hassan Johnson. Jamal. How you say his name?
Jamal Willard.
Yeah, him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's people that's I got a lot of people who that support me. That represent Team Angel. I got probably going to Steve Harvey soon, so I'm waiting for the date for that.
Yes.
So it's just
amazing.
A lot of things that I'm trying to work on. I got a comic book coming out called Zeke the Angel Kid. It's a superhero for the kids in the town.
Congratulations. I think that is just going to be so movement and just going to put smiles in so many of the new faces.
He'd be a town superhero for kids, so
yes.
There's something for them to do.
That's so visionary, so original. Like, no one's thinking of stuff like that. And that's what Visionary Minds is all about, people with original ideas and uplifting and inspiring. And you're the definition of all of that. Definitely community leader. What advice do you have for anyone, young black males like yourself, who may be scared of the judgment they get if they want to be that voice of the community and make change? What would you say to them?
My thing is, I tell people all the time, adults too, kids, just be yourself. A lot of people are scared to be who they are. They're scared to be their own self. You know, you get called a lame, you know, you get called whatever, nerd or whatever. But my thing is, just be yourself, because you got one life to live. You ain't promised tomorrow. Like, people die every day. You're not guaranteed to be here tomorrow. So my thing is to make sure yourself, be happy with yourself. Like, just be who you are. Like, people gonna judge you no matter what you do. Whatever you do. They talk about Jesus, so they think they gonna talk about you. Like, you ain't no different. Ain't nobody no different. So my thing is be happy with yourself, love who you are, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Like, whatever God got planned for you, that's who you are. Like, but a lot of people are scared to be who they are. A lot of people chase ghosts, like illusions. They chase illusions. Like, they chase like the money, the fame, the fashion, but you can't take that with you when you're dead. Like, you can't find you hard behind the hearse like this is what I just said. You're never gonna find that. Like, you can't take the clothes you got and all the money. Once you die, you in a box with a suit on or whatever you got on. You got nothing else. So my thing is be who you are. Enjoy the time you got here that God give you. Because if you die, you come back. You don't know what you're gonna be. You could be a book, a water bottle. You could be a car. You don't know what you're gonna be. So the life that God gave you right now, just enjoy it. Like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Just make sure you're happy with yourself. People gonna talk about your friends, your family, anybody. So just make sure yourself be the best that you can be. Like, nobody, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Like, so your friends, your family gonna make you be your downfall, no matter how it goes. Cause if you're not doing something for somebody else, they'll get upset at you for not doing for them. Like, you don't owe nobody nothing, or you owe yourself. Like, be a blessing for yourself. Cause if not, like, life is short. We ain't promised tomorrow. So my thing is here. I'm blessed to be here the other day. Like, every day I go hard, cause like I said, I could have been dead. Like, I see my friend get killed. I watch people be down in front of me. So my thing is just to make sure every day I'm here and do it my way. Whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do it. Like, who you judge me? That's your point. You gotta live with that. I don't care about that.
And you're gonna keep going, and that's what you're doing. And I just commend you. You're uplifting. You're empowering our youth and adults as well. And you just stick with it. You keep being true to yourself as you have been doing. You truly care about our community, and it shows. And Visionary Minds honors you. And thank you so much for being on our show today.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hi, and we are back, and we're with Quante Wright. And if you can please tell our audience about the visionary inspirational work that you do.
Currently, right now, I'm running for our Common Council, 4th District of Syracuse, New York.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank
It's a
you.
big deal.
Yeah, that is a big step of faith, you know, especially on my part. You know, we grew up together, so
yes, I'm so
we got
proud
a lot
of
of history.
So proud of him. You just graduated. Congratulations as well.
Oh.
What degree did you receive?
Yes, I received a
a bachelor's in business administration. So that was another great accomplishment.
Wow. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. What inspired you to get into public service or even run for office?
I'm glad you used the term public service and not politics, because I'm not a politician, and I like to consider myself as a public servant. It crossed my mind years ago, you know, just a thought, and it was a seed planted. You know, one day I was actually being harassed by police, and I said something to them in regards to me, you know, potentially running for office. This was like 10 years ago or so. They laughed at me, you know, and ever since I made that statement to them, the seed was always in my head. And then as I, you know, after my stint of prison and coming home, and I see what the steps I was taking was putting me in position to actually, you know, turn that into a reality, you know. And the biggest inspiration is being that hope of inspiration for others.
You know, setting the bar, setting the way that if you can do it, anybody else can do it as well. You just move me, and like you said, we grew up together, and I just can't emphasize so much how proud I am of you. You are a definition of a man, and you know, this may be, you know, a wild comparison to other people, but I look at if Malcolm X could come from crime background and change his life and change the world and move people, anybody can. So I want you to always think about him. If anyone downing you or disagreeing with what you're doing, be proud of yourself, because you definitely deserve that pat on your back. What do you see your campaign, like how do you see it going?
It's just getting started, and this is a new territory for me, so it's a learning process also. I have a lot of community support, which is always great. You know, so just learning as I go. You know, it's not gonna be an easy task, but I believe that as long as the people stand with me and they believe in the vision that I bring to the city, you know, can't no one stop me, and I will hold that seat this November.
Yes, you got to be confident. You have to walk in faith as well. What advice do you have for anyone who wants to be a public servant, especially coming as a black male, a young black male at that, with a past who changed his life and doing positive things, uplifting people? What advice would you have for that man who is scared because he may be judged? What advice would you have to tell him to keep going?
Got to keep going. You know, fear cripples the will. You know, so if you're operating out of fear, you're not going to be able to succeed in life. Period. You know, so I just say, you know, just make up in your mind what you want to be or how you see yourself in the future. Don't let no one else dictate you. Don't let a felony dictate who you are today. You know, we human. We all make mistakes. You know, it ain't about the mistakes you make. It's about how you learn from those mistakes and how you're able to get up from those mistakes and move past those mistakes. So I just you know, just be encouraged, man. If, you know, I'm just a living example. You know, if I can take this course and actually, you know, have the opportunity to win and serve the community in a greater capacity than I already do, and the sky's the limit.
The sky is definitely the limit, and you keep going. Good luck. Best of luck. You got this, and I'm so proud of you, and thank you for being an inspiration in our town. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back. Thanks to everyone who tuned in to C-Jack Run Networks presents Visionary Minds, Inspirational Men of Color in Syracuse. I want to give a big shout out to C-Jack Run for allowing my co-producer, Michelle DiBernardo, and I to do this television show. I want to thank my co-host, Eileen Forrest, for co-hosting this TV show with me today. What did you think about the men in today's show?
I just want to say, first of all, thank you, Tammy, for having me on this show today. I also want to say the men that we did have here today were all inspirational men of Syracuse. That's why the name is the title that it is.
Yes.
They all were well spoken, intellectual, and they all had visions of what they want to do with their artistic abilities.
Yes, yes. And that's what Visionary Minds is all about, showcasing business owners and leaders and artists, and they are all the above. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and keep being visionary and keep being inspirational.